me record because I sometimes forget to record, and that's not good.
Yeah, that would, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What's up, guys? My name is Rob, and this is Rob on the Run. And today we have Regina. Regina, how you doing today?
I'm doing great today. Thanks.
Good night, I should say, right? Because it's
Good.
already 9 o'clock at night already.
Yeah, it's kind of late for me, but that's all right.
I feel you. I always try to be in bed by around like 8:30, 8:45, 9-ish, just because I know it takes me so long to go to bed. So
Yeah.
if I go around 8:45, I should be falling asleep by like 9:30, 9:45. So yeah, it's definitely bedtime for me too. So we'll try to keep it, within the hour, like I mentioned to you, or a little less than an hour. That way we can both, get some shut eye and not wake up like we partied all night the night before, right?
Sounds good.
But yeah, Regina, again, thank you very much for, accepting the invite. I'm really excited to have you. Like we were talking before we started recording, I met you at a Freaks Run, and we were talking about ultras, and you told me all your incredible ultras that you did. So ever since we talked, I knew I wanted to have you, and the trend is still the same. I don't know if you've seen the other episodes that I've had, but I think I'm almost sure that I'm like about 80% trail runners, and the rest is like road runners. Which I'm a road runner at heart. That's where I started, but you can tell that my interest has shifted a little bit, picking on other people's brains on how they do. But let's start with the easiest question that most people would ask you at a running group, right? How did you start running, or where did you start to begin with?
Oh gosh. Well, I was cycling before I was running,
Okay.
doing MS 150 and type stuff. I just needed a hobby
Hmm.
when I got out of college and got into the real world that didn't involve drinking. So, this is somewhat healthy. I
Yeah.
had a coworker who did Boston a few times, and she peer pressured me into doing some runs with her before work
Hmm.
some mornings, and we would literally she would tell me we were going for a walk, and we would go for a walk, and then she would make me run to the next light pole every now and then. So that was where running started for me. It really took off, I think, around in 2014. I did my first marathon,
Okay.
but my motivation for doing it was basically just I'd seen other people do it, and I kind of had that competitive, well, if she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And so I was going to just do one marathon ever and get that bragging right. And
Yeah.
obviously, I've done more than one marathon since then.
I think it happens to everybody, right? I remember when I did my first marathon, I told myself, if I hate it, I don't have to do it again. At least I can say I did it once, and then I can get
Yes.
the bragging rights. I'm a marathoner, all that great thing, the 1% of the world, and all that, right? And I did the Chicago Marathon, and I hated my run. I cramped really early, even before the half. I was already cramping, so that's how bad it was. And I finished, and I signed up for another marathon. Like maybe I wouldn't say the same day because I probably passed out for most of the day after that. But I remember like getting that marathon depression. It's real.
It's
I really
real.
do. I really
Yeah.
do think it's real. And I found another marathon, and I ended up doing New York City.
Oh, wow. That was your first and second marathon?
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive that you got into. Some people right now would be really jealous that you got into
Yeah.
both of those.
Well, I did not get through the lottery because, as you know, it's really really hard. So I
Yeah.
was so convinced that I had to do it, given that the first time I really did so bad. that I did the charity. I signed
Okay.
up on the charity. I didn't tell
Okay.
Alma, my wife now, that I was signing up. She didn't know until I got accepted. And then I told her, I kind of did something. And she's like, what did you do? And of course, I told her I signed up for the New York City Marathon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah, that's usually how it goes in this house. I ask for forgiveness later,
Yeah.
and she's a runner, so I blame it on her. I'll tell her, you got me into running, so now it's your fault.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. She created a monster.
Yeah, 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 for sure. And which one was your first marathon? Do you remember which one it was?
I did Houston first.
Okay, okay.
Um, it went terribly. I did not know what I was doing. I did
Hmm.
not pay for any kind of training program. I just
Yeah.
used what I could find online. I finished in 5 hours and 20 minutes, give or take.
Oh wow.
So if you know what my current speed is, it's a far cry from 5:20 marathoner. But I finished and I was like, man, I can do better. And
Hmm.
that's just kind of where it all went downhill from there, or uphill, I guess.
Depending on who sees it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
but I did Chevron 10 times.
oh, you're a legacy runner already. Okay.
Yeah, made legacy. Have not done it the last couple of years, but I'm planning to go back in 27. So
Yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah, I'm working on the legacy. Unfortunately, if I would have done it this year, it would have been my fifth, I think.
Hmm.
But I got very lazy after I got married, and I'm not blaming my wife. It's all me. And I really said, "Oh, I'll start training. I'll start training," and the training never became training at all. I think my longest run was maybe like 13 miles.
Okay.
So, so
Okay.
and
Yeah.
even my wife was like, "Well, you've done several marathons, so you can muster at least a finish." But
Hmm.
I'm so competitive with myself that I told myself, if I can't do it where I can be okay with it, then I don't want to do it. So I decided not to do it at all.
Okay.
I just felt like it would be a disjustice to the race and to me for what I wanted to do, because I had just came back from running a really cool ultra, which I did really well for my first time, I feel. And I was in my best fitness, and then it just all went downhill, you know. And I
Sure.
wanted to PR this race, so
Yeah.
it just didn't make sense. But I'm trying to do the legacy as well, because I
Awesome.
want those amazing bathrooms before the race.
Yeah, I hit legacy and I haven't done it since, so I haven't not experienced that
Oh
part
my
yet.
God.
But maybe next year, maybe next year.
Well, next year when you do it, you'll remember this and be like, "Oh, Rob said that we got the good bathroom." So,
Yeah, yeah. I'll have to remember that.
and when did you kind of go from being a road runner to a trail runner?
Um, it took a few years. I didn't really even know what ultra marathoning was until I was, had done a few marathons.
Hmm.
But after doing a few marathons, I kind of start like, what's next? What's the next big thing? I did triathlon for a little bit,
Yeah,
escalated all the way to Ironman.
nice.
But also in there, I kind of did my first ultra.
Hmm.
I tend to kind of sometimes, obsess over finding the perfect race a little bit too much. So I realized I was doing that to myself.
Yeah.
And this was in like maybe July or August, and Habanero was 2 weeks away. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just do Habanero. So I signed up for Habanero 50K, and that
Yeah.
was my first ultra, my first trail race too, I think.
Oh wow.
Um,
We definitely have that in common. That was my first ultra as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nice that it had a noon start. Like I didn't have to get up early. I could sleep in. It was close to home, no pressure.
I love the fact that
Um,
you're saying it was a noon start on the hottest month of the year. But hey, that's a positive. That's a very
Dude,
good positive. Yeah.
I don't like getting up for 5 a.m. start races. It's not my jam. I always question life when I'm getting up at 4 in the morning. Like, why am I here?
It's not so much the distance, it's the decision making on why do I have to wake up that early. I like it. I like it.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
you could be running a 100 miler or 200 miler or something like that, and it's like, why do I have to do this at 5 a.m. in the
Mm-hmm.
morning?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like Leadville has a 4 a.m. start if you ever do
Yeah.
Leadville 100, and that was terrible having to wake up that early to
Well,
go to a
yeah,
race.
yeah, I can imagine. I signed up for the lottery. Of course, I did not get picked. I will continue to try. But yeah, I can only imagine, how do you prepare for that, given that it's a 4 a.m. start? Like, you got to force yourself to go to sleep super early in the
You
day or stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's really hard on race day to do that because you've got all that energy. Or the day before, like you do a packet pickup, you're doing the runner briefing,
Yeah.
getting your drop bags out, like all the things, and it's just, yeah, it's hard. So I mean, you got to get your sleep 2 nights before, not the night before, I think,
Okay.
and just hope for the best.
And you've only done it once or multiple times?
Leadville, I've only done it once. The 100 miler. I've done Silver Rush a couple of times, and
Yeah.
I'm going back for a third time this year. Leadville's probably a one and done for me. I mean, it's a big race. Had some problems with logistics in recent years, and to me, like it just seems like more of like an influencer race. I hate to say that, but like influencers show up to that race and just give it a bad reputation sometimes, and
I've
they,
heard about that. I really have.
yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's one of my races just because if I'm going to do something hard, I want to go and do something really hard. And I know that's not the hardest race there is, because I heard Hurt 100 is really, really hard,
It's
you
really hard.
know. But it's always been that one race that I want to do, because one, I know it's beautiful over there,
Hmm.
and I want to see what I can do. And honestly, even I told my wife, even if I would have gone in, I probably would have DNF, to be honest, because I'm not prepared for it. Not so much physically, probably mentally, but I
Hmm.
still wanted to go and see how far I could get,
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
and
Yeah.
just enjoy what it is, But I've heard a lot about it, the same thing that you see a lot of, like, people with cameras and kind of getting in the way of the other people that
Yeah.
are actually wanting to race or do their own race or whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's sad to hear that, but yeah, I guess that's the world we're living in, right?
Yeah.
Because
And
I went to Sam Houston, and in Sam Houston for what was it, Rocky? There was a whole
hmm.
bunch of dudes with like a whole camera crew.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's typical. Like Rocky will always have a few of those too,
Yeah,
which is okay. They're doing their own thing. They're bringing some, spotlight to the race too, I guess. And I mean, I don't regret that I did Leadville, and I would still encourage anyone to do it. Like
yeah.
just for me, I've done it now, so I don't need to go back necessarily.
No, I get you. I think I would be also a one and done for me whenever I
Yeah,
decide to do it. The only reason why I wouldn't be a one and done is if I DNF. Of course, if I DNF, I would like to do it again
sure. Yeah.
so I can finish it. But if I were to finish it in the first try, then it's probably a one and done. I did it.
Yeah.
I got my shiny little belt buckle. That's all that matters.
Hmm. It's a pretty buckle.
And you can correct me because you've done it, so you can really tell me. Back in the day, a couple, like, maybe I would say maybe 5, 6 years, maybe 10 years, someone told me that when you did the lottery, you actually got accepted through a snail mail. They would send you a card in the
Oh,
mail,
interesting.
and it would tell you that you got accepted. I'm sure that you did not get that, right?
No, that doesn't happen anymore. As of 2023, that's not happening.
Okay, okay. Because I'm
Yeah.
trying to see if it's true. Because if that it was true, that is awesome to be able to get a letter, a physical letter,
That would be cool.
like if you got accepted to a university or something, right?
Yeah, congratulations. That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. But
No, I got the normal, and I qualified by doing Silver Rush actually.
oh, okay.
If you do one of their series races, including what's it called here in there's one
The
here in Texas.
the Ragnar?
The I don't think it's Rattler, the
Oh,
Rattler.
Rattler. Okay, okay, okay.
Um, you can stick around for the award ceremony, and they will, if you want to if you want to have a chance, they'll do a drawing. So you put your bib in a hat,
Oh, okay.
and they'll do a drawing, and they drew equal bibs for men and women.
Yeah.
So like just looking around whenever people were going up to put their bib in, I was like, man, if any women don't get their name drawn, I would be impressed because there was just like a gob of guys and like
Yeah.
not a lot of women. So my name got drawn.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So that's how I got into Leadville, by doing Silver Rush first.
I'm gonna have to do that. Jen told me about it because she saw that
Yeah.
I didn't get accepted, and she's like, "Oh, she's like a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of us is
Yeah.
gonna do it." I'm like, you know what? I might join
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think we've got an extra bed.
Nice, nice.
The Airbnb. You can also volunteer your way in.
Hmm.
When I did Silver Rush, it's one of the few weekends where they have a run and a bike ride.
Oh,
So
okay.
when I did Silver Rush, I volunteered packet pickup the day before, and then I volunteered the bike ride, and I
Yeah.
accumulated enough volunteer hours that if I hadn't gotten my bib drawn, I could have had priority like volunteer credit to
Oh,
get
that's
in.
awesome. So there's
So
a couple
all just
options.
with
Yeah.
one weekend. Yeah, yeah,
There's definitely a couple options, and I did not know that. So that's awesome
yeah.
that you tell me this because if I don't get in, I know what to do now.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. There's ways in.
And how many ultras have you done ever since Habanero?
Oh gosh. I'm not sure. Are we counting races only or FKTs too?
Everything, because I did see that you just did a couple weeks ago the San Antonio to
Yeah.
Austin, which is impressive. I gotta say, it's awesome, and it's not the first time you've done it.
San Antonio to Austin. That was my first time doing that FKT.
Oh, okay, okay,
Um, I've I've done a few other FKTs,
okay.
but honestly, I don't know how many ultras I've done. Um,
When you say that, then it must be a whole bunch.
yeah. Like I did in 24, I think I did 5 100 milers.
Nice.
And I think that basically doubled my 100-mile count, not counting FKTs.
Oh wow. And for the
So,
people that don't know what an FKT is, what can you? Yeah.
yeah. So FKT is short for fastest known time. It's there's actually a website that they have. They
Hmm.
maintain a record of who's done various routes across the world
Hmm.
fastest.
Yeah.
So a popular one would be like doing the Appalachian Trail, would be
Okay.
an FKT. Like if you did it the fastest, if you're the fastest female, the fastest male, and then there's different categories. Did you do
Hmm.
it with help or did you do it without help? Did you do it unsupported?
Oh wow.
Or did you do it solo? So there's different categories. There's different routes all over the world.
Hmm.
I've done several, in mostly in Texas.
Okay.
When when I first decided I wanted to make the leap to 100-mile distance, it
Hmm.
was early 2020,
Okay.
and we all know what happened then.
Yeah.
So I couldn't trust to my like to sign up for a race because I didn't know if it would, it's 100 is a big distance to train for, and I didn't want to sign up for a race and maybe it gets canceled out from under me.
Of course.
So I knew that there was a trail near Houston called Lone Star Hiking Trail,
Hmm.
and I knew it was 96 miles long. So I decided that I would um, I would make that my first 100-mile effort and
Nice.
just do my own. And like I would add 4 miles to the end.
Yeah.
While I was doing my research, I stumbled across, looking for people who have run it, hiked it, whatever. I stumbled across the FKT site
Yeah.
and went, this is this is a thing. Oh, some other lady did this in I don't remember how many hours. 20,
Yeah.
we'll say 28.
Yeah.
Now I have a time goal. So Lone Star Hiking Trail was my first 100 is the first time I did a 100-mile distance. It was also my first FKT, when I did it. I think in 23 hours, 20, a little over 22 hours.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Damn,
it
for
was
for it
fun.
being your first time, that's pretty good, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thanks. I was pretty happy with it. The trail is very similar to like what you see at Rocky, to be
Okay.
honest. It's just you don't have the advantage of having markings out there to tell you which way to go and where to turn. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been told by my friend Art, which he's from Brownsville. He just won the 50
Yeah.
mile. I think it was a 50 miler or I forget which one it was in
Antelope.
Arizona. There you go.
Yeah.
And he always tells me because I always pick his brain and ask him like about trail running, And he always tells me, whatever you do, try to finish within 24 hours because after 24 hours, your brain starts going mush because it requires sleep. So if you do a
Mm-hmm.
100 miler, try to finish it within 24 hours because yeah, everything goes bad after 24 hours.
It really does. Yeah, I particularly really like my sleep, so it yeah,
Yeah,
things
yeah.
fall apart after a day.
Yeah. I remember when I did my first and so far only ultra, which was habanero, I started it at 12, of course, and I said, I gotta finish before nightfall because it's not that I'm afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of the wilderness at the dark.
Ah,
I finished it when the sun was finally setting down completely, and I'm like,
okay.
okay, I did not have to use a lamp. I'm good.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good goal to have sometimes. Just finish before the sun goes down.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
feels good. Yeah.
And you'd be surprised because I've met some people that on the first loop that they did the first loop and they said, okay, now that I did the first loop, I'm gonna crash out. And once the sun starts setting, I'm gonna do the other loops. And I'm like, why? I'd rather finish and go home and sleep.
I mean, if you're not in a hurry,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, there is something special about running at night as well.
I'm sure it is. Yeah,
Really, really changes things. It changes perspective and just the whole vibe. But
yeah.
yeah, I'm with you. I would usually, once I start, I'm just ready to get it done.
Yeah, yeah, and I learned from a good friend of mine. I think you know him. His name is Paco. He goes sometimes to the freaks. He did it the year before, and he would take like maybe like 10, 15, 20 minutes at every stop. And
Hmm.
it I could tell that it was getting harder for him to get up and go back at it.
Yeah,
So I finished my first loop and I said, I'm just gonna rehydrate, get whatever I need, and get back out there. You
yeah,
know, and it worked. It really worked because it kept me. I wanted to do it at 7 hours, and I think I did it like in 7 hours and 16, 17 minutes. So
okay,
it was a little bit not as what I wanted, but I was like, it's
yeah,
fine, it's
yeah.
fine. You know, it worked out either way. But I was gonna ask you. So out of the plethora of races that you've done, which one is your favorite ultra that you've done?
Oh gosh, I think it would be. I don't know. It might be a toss up.
Okay.
Um, between Hurt 100 and Never Summer
Okay.
100K. Hurt 100 is in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
It's 20-mile loops. It was hard, so hard. It took me nearly the entire 36 hours to
Oh
finish.
wow.
It has 26,000 feet of vert.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so coming from Houston is very hard to train for. But gosh, it was beautiful. Even doing 5 loops of the same thing, it was just beautiful. And what really made it over the top special was the people that support that race.
Yeah.
Um, I got connected through a friend with a couple of volunteers that were at one of the aid station,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw them on the first loop and then the second loop and then the third loop. I'm coming through and they're still there, and I'm like, "Hey, let's get a picture together before y'all leave, and you're done with your shift." And they're
Yeah.
like, "Nah, girl, we're here for the entire race." And I'm like,
Oh
"Excuse me."
wow.
So yeah, the volunteers out there would stay the entire. I mean, they would cycle out for naps overnight.
Yeah.
I noticed, but they were there the entire race, and then
Wow.
they had a pre-race dinner, they had a post-race dinner and celebration, and they did just really so much about the community
Yeah.
at that race that it really felt extra special being there. And then Never Summer, if you've ever been in the like is like North Colorado area.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the name of those mountains, but they were just so gorgeous in July. I think that race is. I had a like again, it was 100K. It took me 23 hours to do 100K. Um, like I've done 100 milers faster,
Yeah.
but it was so pretty up there and green. And my only disappointment was that I did not see a moose on that race.
Oh man.
But I was, but otherwise, I mean, it was another gorgeous one that I would definitely recommend
Well,
doing.
at least you get to see a whole bunch of cows at Habanero for sure.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, Yeah.
I'm convinced that they all like communicate to each other when they see all these runners because man, you can hear them like yelling from one side of the field all the way to the other. And I don't
Oh
know if it
yeah.
happened to you, but when I ran it, there was one girl that was right in front of me that the cow started chasing her,
Oh gosh.
and
Yeah,
I was
believe
like, oh my
believe it.
God.
I've
I was
never
like,
been
yeah.
chased by a cow. I have usually I'm the one chasing the cows off the trail, but
But at least we got to see cows. But yeah, I've
yeah.
heard Hurt 100 from Art because he got a entry from a Rabbit.
Rabbit.
Yeah, and he told me that it was probably the hardest race he's ever done, and
Yeah.
he comes in the same place. He comes in a flat, very flat. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think the Valley, Brownsville, the Valley is slightly more humid than Houston.
I believe it.
You know?
It's more just more hot and humid in general down
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah.
He did it the same year I did.
Oh, nice.
I remember when he got, I didn't know who he was at the time, but like I was like, Art Hurtado got into Hurt, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. It was like kind of funny. It was like, okay,
Yeah, no, I've known him for quite a while. I used to live in Harlingen, so
okay,
I was from the Valley for a long, long time. Not in my running time. I became a runner
yeah,
way past my mid thirties or something like that when I met Alma for sure. But yeah, he's just amazing. I love talking about him because he comes from a very small area in South Texas, which you would
hmm
never ever think that
yeah,
someone would go into these high altitude places and do
right,
so good, you know?
yeah, and he really does do well. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a beast, man, and he's such a humble guy because no matter what, if I message him, I ask him, "Hey, so I'm thinking of doing this. Like, what do you recommend or whatever?" And he always, is very nice to answer and tell me what he thinks if I should do it, which is always a yes. I don't think I've ever heard him say no, don't do it. But
yeah.
yeah.
I can't see. Yeah, I don't feel like that would be his vibe. Like him
Mm-mm.
telling no, don't do that. Yeah, no, he would always tell
No.
you to do yes.
When I told him about Leadville, me not doing anything closely to that altitude or even mileage,
hmm
and I said, "Do you think I really have a shot to do it?" Like honestly, he's like, "Yeah, I think you should do it, regardless if you finish or not. Do it."
Yeah, good for him. Yeah,
Yeah, but he's awesome, and um, let's talk a little bit more about Houston and the local scene and whatnot.
yeah,
Tell the people that don't know about Houston, because I know it, because I love it.
yeah.
But how do you survive in the heat, especially that we basically
Oh
have like what 9 months of summer or something like that?
gosh, yeah. I mean, I, well, I'm not really an early morning person. I'd rather grunt it out in the heat of the day when it's less humid
Yeah.
and maybe slightly more breezy. The mornings are not usually I'll do my gym workouts in the morning and then run in the afternoon. But usually that's in the afternoon. That's during the
Mhm.
week, but like I just get the heck out of Houston as much as I can, to be honest. In the summertime, there's always a couple trips to Colorado or,
Nice.
somewhere. Went to Utah last year, went to California last year. Yeah, just anywhere but Houston. Not that Houston's bad. I mean, we have a great running community and I love all the people here. It's just, it's more fun to go somewhere else where it's not as hot and humid.
And then you get that elevation practice, right? And all that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get new trails just feels more exciting because you just haven't been there before or you have been there before, but it's nice to come back. And yeah, I just really enjoy traveling as much as I can in the summertime just to go somewhere else. But yeah, like Houston, I mean, I'll still train here and run here. You kind of get used to the heat and
Hmm.
stay hydrated and stay in the shade as much as possible if possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, I love the heat. I look forward to summer. I feel like I put more of my miles in the summer because I actually enjoy when it's nice and warm, and even in the fall winter time, I will run like midday because at least the sun's out and it kind of
Mm.
warms up, you
Yeah,
know?
feels good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the other day, a while back, I got up for a long run on like Sunday, and it was like maybe 40 degrees or something like that. I forget what it was, but it was cold. And I took two steps outside, and it was so damn cold that I just went back inside and I said, I'm running in midday. Like that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about the cold weather that really messes me up. Of course, races, you got to do it because you signed up, you paid for the race, so you got to wake
Yeah.
up and do it. But if I have a choice, yeah, it's always going to be, midday, 3 o'clock, or
Yeah.
around that time. Because yeah, I feel like 3 o'clock, it's probably one of the around the hottest time, but it's the humidity is not as bad.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah.
I'll take the lower humidity all day long. For sure.
But you know what? I do want to congratulate you because I did bump into you and Jen at the Austin marathon,
Yeah,
and I just saw that you posted that you got your trophy
I
for your
did.
first of Masters, right?
First Masters.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
showed up in the mail today. It was like an extra little special treat. So I couldn't help posting it. I don't I still don't like I'm like who is that person that got that? It's not me. Like that didn't come for me.
Right? Wrong
It
wrong address.
it just yeah, it doesn't feel real. I mean even and my finish time uh that was my first time doing a half. I mean, I've never done many half marathons, but it was my
Hmm.
first time definitely going under 130.
Hmm.
It was about a 5 minute PR for me, I think.
That's awesome.
So it's just I'm still like wait, is that I can't believe I did that.
I honestly did not even know that you ran it because when I was on by Capitol, the Capitol building, that's where I saw y'all. And I thought you were there for cheering. And then later on, I saw that I think Jen posted a video of you running and you were zooming. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, she ran it, man.
I had I had two friends text me, good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
And they I was already done with the race. I'm like, girl, I'm done
I'm
already.
done. I'm already ready to call it a day. Man, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. But you did so good and congratulations. I wanted to make sure and congratulate you because that's just amazing, that to
Thank you.
see you do that and I saw that you posted that somebody told you that didn't realize you were a fast runner or you were that fast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people don't realize that a lot of like trail runners, are much faster than what they usually do in a trail, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. The trails will slow you. It's just a whole different energy on the trail. But generally, you're not going as fast as you would normally would on the road. But yeah, it's nice to do both. I think you can't live in Houston and not do road. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what that's what we have. So it's what we should be good at.
Yeah.
I just love hiking and exploring new places so much. And trail running kind of brings those two things together
Of course.
in the best
Yeah.
possible way. So
And that's one thing that I loved when I did the habanero is the community, the trail community is so awesome. And the fact that I've done so many marathons to where I have a game plan and then something goes wrong and then the whole race goes bad. Like there's no
right.
way sometimes to recover from something. And I
Hmm.
feel with trail racing, if something goes wrong, you have enough time to be able to figure it out and see if try something different to figure out what went wrong within the race, and still be able to have a good race regardless. So I love that fact, and I love the fact that you're running in such beautiful places. You
Yeah.
know that's just really has caught my attention. And I even told my wife this year will probably be I'm doing Sydney, and then next year I'm just gonna dedicate most of my runs on trails because I really, really, really want to get more into it and get better at it because I feel I could do better than 7 hours on a 50K for sure. You
Oh,
know,
for sure. Yeah.
you know,
Maybe not one that's not in August in Houston
You'd be
with sand.
surprised.
With
Oh, the
sand.
sand. Yeah, the sand sucks. Oh my God. I don't know if they did it on purpose or it's because of the horses, because I know they're horse trails
It's
basically.
the
So,
horses, yeah.
but I'm like, why the hell would they do that? But it's still a nice challenge. Honestly, I want to do it again.
Okay.
Maybe not this year, maybe next year or something like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like I could do better.
Hmm.
And since I already done it, I got all those jitters out, so I know what I'm getting myself into per se.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Leadville for sure is the other one that I want to do. I want to do what's it called? Western States, I think.
Hmm.
I want to do that, but I'm pretty sure that one requires a qualification, so I'll get there.
You need to focus in on getting a qualifying race every year.
Okay.
And there are 100Ks that you can do that at. They don't have to
Yeah.
be 100 milers. But yeah, I would say like even if, especially if you're already thinking you want to do it, like it's
Mm-hmm.
that's a 5 to 10 year program at this point to get in.
Really?
So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
you do a qualifying race. It gives you one ticket in the
Mm-hmm.
lottery. The next year you do another qualifying race, and your ticket count can double every year you do a qualifying race. So,
Oh, okay.
but most people don't get in the first year. It can take 7 years
Oh wow.
to
Have
ten
have you
years
have
to
you
get
done it
in.
already?
I have not done it yet. I had this was my December was my third year putting my name in for it.
Okay.
So I had 4 tickets. This year, assuming I get my qualifying race, I'll have 8 tickets. So I'm just kind of it's one of those things like I don't always yeah, I would like to kind of do it and say that I've done it and get that full experience. I did go volunteer last year, and it definitely made me want to go do the race even more.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely focused on making sure I do one qualifying race for it every year, just so I can keep working on
Yeah, work.
making sure I can get my name in the lottery at least
Yeah.
and work for
That's
it.
awesome. That's awesome. I
Yeah.
hope you get in definitely.
Yeah.
And what about like longer distances? Have you ever done anything higher than 100 miles, like 200 or whatnot?
Yeah, so I did an FKT that was 130-ish,
Mm-hmm.
Northeast Texas Trail.
Okay.
That was interesting because it's very flat as the rails to trails. And I did the first 100 miles. This is like kind of back to what Art told you about going past 24 hours, right? I did
Mm-hmm.
the first 100 miles in about 18 or 19 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then I proceeded to take 10 hours to do the last 50K.
Okay.
I just kind of fell apart, lost
Yeah.
motivation. Uh, my pacers just were not motivating me. They could not get me like, yeah, I was like, oh, we're just here. We're gonna, whatever.
Yeah.
But I've also done a 200-mile race, like an official race. It's
Okay.
called the Divide. It was in up toward Calgary,
Mm-hmm.
in Canada.
Okay.
It 200s are a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of money, and then if you bring support, it's just a lot to ask of people to take a week. I mean, they take a week off work
Yeah.
to come, you know, to a different country in my case,
Yeah.
and come watch me be miserable and only see me every 5 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
The race was gorgeous. It was particularly gorgeous the first day. You climbed over 2 mountain passes up and down.
Oh wow.
Coming down the second one, it was really steep, and I slipped and fell and got the wind knocked out of me and kind
Oh
of
wow.
bruised my ribs a little bit.
Yeah.
And I could not get a full breath in for the
Oh
rest of
wow.
the race. Like I was just shallow breathing. And it
Oh
got
wow.
better as the days passed, but it really kind of, it, I still finished the race, but it really turned it into a real slog for the last like 3 days or whatever I was out.
Yeah.
I think I finished in 92 hours,
Oh
and it
wow.
just was not pleasant for me.
Mm,
So it's taken me a long time. That was in 23. It's taken a long time for me to finally be able to go. Because I'll never say I'll never do something again,
yeah.
but it's taken me, what, 3 years now to finally be like, maybe I could do another 200. We'll see.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But I totally understand if that would have happened to me, I probably would have quit, to be honest. So
yeah,
the fact that you actually still push through is shows how resilient you are, regardless of what happens. But good for you. Good
yeah,
for you that you finished it, and another reason like that I love trail racing, like I was mentioning earlier, that like if something goes wrong, you still have some time to kind of figure out what you can do to still be able to finish.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's a perfect example. Maybe not me because I'm such a wimp. If I can't breathe well, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die here. It's I paid to die or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, I remember having a little conversation with myself after
Yeah,
that. Thankfully, there were some guys. So, some two guys had just passed me when I fell, and one of the guys fell, and all three of us fell. So I think it was like a little trigger reaction. The one distracted us, and then like down we went.
yeah.
Like when I fell, I slid down. It was so steep. Like
Oh
the rock
wow.
I hit in my middle of my back was up over my head because I
Oh
slid 2 or 3
wow.
feet. But they helped me up, and I was only maybe a mile or less from the aid station where I was going to see my crew, and I'm like, okay, Regina, you can either come in with a sob story and be sad and drop out, or you can come in with some fight and maybe a little anger, like I'm this happened and screw it, I'm still gonna keep going, right?
Yeah,
So I decided to go with the latter, and I was like, we're gonna do what we can here. I mean, we've got, like you said, there's so much time left in the race. I
yeah,
mean, the rest of me was fine.
yeah,
So, and I mean, I didn't want to make any, you know, decisions just based on in the moment. So and then I ended up just it's one day at a time, 1 hour at a
yeah.
time, one aid station at a time, got it done. It wasn't pretty. But I got it done.
Sometimes some races are not pretty, but just finishing feels that much better than a PR sometimes. So
For sure,
I'm
for
sure
sure.
when you finish, you were like, man, I'm very, very proud of myself because, who would have thought that with everything that happened to you, you not being able to breathe, take full breaths, and look at you finishing 200 miles in
Yeah,
that type of a situation. So like, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. That makes me, that I can probably do something like that if I put the right mindset, I guess, right?
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
And what are you currently training for right now?
Um, So I got a few races.
Okay.
Eugene is in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So I would like to do well at that. I haven't done a marathon. I had some injuries last year, and I haven't
Yeah.
done. I would like to do well at Eugene and Boston qualify again.
Nice.
Maybe do, if I dare say, under 310.
Nice.
But after that, I got into a Western States and Hard Rock qualifier called the Bear
Okay.
100. That's in September.
Okay.
So I've got a couple tune-up races for that. I'll do a 50K called Highball to Thurmond in
Mm-hmm.
May, and then I've got Silver Rush in July.
Nice.
So, but Bear's the big one. I mean, Eugene's the big one right now, and then after Eugene, we're gonna redirect and get back to trail running.
Nice, nice, nice. And I do find a lot of trail runners that I see in marathons that they literally say that like this is my kind of like training run more than anything, and because I got this big 100K, 100
Yeah,
miler stuff like that. So
it's tune-up race. Yeah, it's hard to, like, for a 100 miler. You can't, like, it's not like a marathon where you're gonna train up. You're gonna do a 90-mile long run before you do a 100 miler. You just, like, your body can't hold up to that. So
yeah.
try to do some tune-up races where you get the big distance
Mm-hmm.
in a race format, and you can practice all the things you need to practice, like
Yeah.
nutrition wise, without just being out there on a 50-mile training run.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like for and you can correct me if I'm wrong because, like I mentioned to you, the longest run ultra was 50K.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you're not going to run 30 miles in a training run, so it's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
different. But on a 100 miler, I feel like most trail runners will train on time on their feet more than miles, right? So
Absolutely, yeah.
that's really what they're looking for. So I'm excited to train for that. I love training. I think other than race day, I love
Hmm.
the training part. I love putting the miles. I love seeing me get better at what I'm doing, So I'm okay with a lot of miles or not go to someone's sweet 16 instead to train.
Yeah.
Not gonna say names because then I get in trouble.
I think as long as I mean, what I learned being injured last year is like, as long, like, I'm focused more on not doing trash miles. As long as your miles are quality and you're getting
Hmm.
what you need out of them and you're not just adding miles for the sake of adding miles.
Yeah.
If you're training for a mountain race, you need some hills. Don't worry about getting the 20-mile run in. Do the 3-hour run that's going to get you the vert that you need to be ready for the race. Like,
Yeah.
that's going to be way more important in the long run.
And if, just for curiosity, because obviously I am interested in that, like, where do you find that too, so you can get that here in Houston?
If I am in Houston, I am getting on a stair climber 20 minutes a day. I mean, if I'm in training for like something like the bear,
Hmm.
20 minutes a day, 3 to 5 times a week.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll do more, but if I can at least do it like, during the week every day or
Yeah.
almost every day, get
Yeah.
something in. And we're talking, I mean, the thing bores the heck out of me, so that's why I just say 20 minutes. But if I can put a good hard effort in that 20 minutes
Yeah.
and push,
Yeah.
then I mean, like, I didn't do this for Leadville. I did
Hmm.
it after Leadville because Leadville crushed my soul. But I got into hurt and I'm like, I need to do something. And I started doing this, and let me tell you, I could tell there was such a difference. My preparedness for hurt was way better than Leadville, even
Okay.
though it was slower, but it was also a harder race.
Yeah.
But I felt so much stronger going into hurt than I did Leadville, just doing stair climber.
That's good to know.
Wednesday.
Good to
Like,
know.
there's nothing else you can do in Houston. Like, you can't go outside. There's just no,
Yeah. I mean, a
we don't,
parking garage is
yeah,
the only other thing I can think of, but I
yeah.
think that might be even boring than a stair climber.
Yeah, yeah, and just a lot of concrete.
Hmm. Yeah, I could see that, but definitely
Yeah,
that's good to know. I'm gonna have to incorporate that on into my training because I
yeah.
definitely need that elevation,
Hmm.
for sure, for sure. And at this point, Regina, we are basically at the end. I told you I was gonna try to keep it under the hour, so I think we're
For
about
sure.
46 minutes, but it's just a couple quick, fun questions that we'll finish here.
Okay.
First of all, treadmill or outside? Which I already know the answer, but
Outside.
okay. A 5K or a marathon?
Oh, I guess a marathon.
What would be your favorite post-run snack?
Mm, cake, donut, and chocolate milk.
Oh my God. Mine is pancakes. Um,
Pancakes are good.
yeah. What is it? Bacon pancakes.
Oh
Oh
gosh.
my God. They're amazing. They're amazing. What else? Biggest running pet peeve that you have?
Oh gosh. I don't. I don't know.
And it could be the running influencers. It's fine.
I don't like it when I get passed by someone who clearly has no business passing me, and then I get stuck behind, I will say him,
Nice, nice.
and for way too long, and then I
Yeah.
have to pass that person back. And then they don't realize that they're speeding up because they're trying to keep up because a girl just passed them, and then they
Oh.
pass you again, and this happens multiple times. And eventually you just get rid of them.
Yeah, yeah.
It
No,
doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes it happens. It's just
but when it
annoying.
happens, it feels good when you finally pass them and you don't get to
Yeah,
see them. Okay,
yeah.
okay. I like that. I like that. And how many kills did you get at TIR?
Oh man. Uh 28.
Wow. Good for you. That's awesome. I think the one year I did it with the freaks, I probably got like 6, and I was like super excited. I'm like, yes. But then I asked my friends, I was like, well, I passed this person, but then they passed me. So does that take away my
Nope.
guilt?
Nope. Nope. No, it does not.
But at the same time, does that, like, let's say what you just said, like they passed you, you passed them, and then they passed you, you passed them. Does
Uh-huh.
that count as
Because
a secondary kill?
I mean, if you wanted to really coordinate things with someone out there, you could definitely like rack up some kills just going back and forth with people. It's like, yeah,
Oh
I
my
got
God.
15 kills in one leg.
And it was just one, the same person.
It's
Well, you
like no
probably
one
won't
needs to
say
know
that.
that. No
Yeah,
one needs
yeah,
to know that.
yeah. You just keep that to yourself. Okay,
Just be
okay.
like, they'd be like, your team would be like, we didn't see that many people come through.
Wait, this happened in the middle of the night? Really?
Sure.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. But Regina, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. And for those that don't know where to find you, where could they find you online on social media?
Um, I'm on I'm on Strava. My profile is public, and
Okay.
I'm on Instagram. Regina runs Houston.
Okay.
Um, I don't do a lot on Facebook, but I'm on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, me either. Facebook for me has become more just try to keep the family because I have a lot of family in Mexico, so that's kind
Mm,
of how we stalk each other to see what we're
sure.
doing, you know.
Yeah, I think like I just post everything on Instagram, and every now and then I let something go to Facebook.
Same
Yeah.
here, same here, bro. But I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you, and man, I hope you get to do some great things for the rest of the year, and we'll keep an eye on you placing in these races or whatnot. We're excited to see what well, I'm excited to see what you do. It's you've been a
Awesome.
really big inspiration for me when it comes to trail running because. I still remember the day I met you. Like I said, man. You had some good stories, and now it made me want to think. You know what? I can do this for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure you can.
Thank you. Well, you have yourself a good night, and thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.